The council is here to decide the fate of Ruby Gillman. Is it worth a watch? Will my cat ever stop slamming the cabinet doors in the kitchen? I've been at work all day and now my cat's mad that I'm sitting down to watch this movie. But yeah, so if I look a little tired and busted, it's because I am. And now I'm gonna watch Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken. We're gonna give it a rating out of 5. I've got my Baja Blast. I think that's why the cat is here. She wants it. I'm a little scared of this one. Mainly because the last DreamWorks movie I've seen was Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. A solid 5 out of 5. If you have not seen it, what are you doing? This one I'm not all too sure about. I'm like, where is this coming from? It's different, that's not bad, but is it good? Is it any good? We're gonna find out. I am exactly halfway through the movie right now, okay? 45 minutes in. And I'm actually quite invested. That was not half bad. There was a big cringe moment for me. But other than the big cringe moment, it was pretty good. Like, I have been bamboozled. I am going to sleep on it, right? Because it's been a day. And we will come back to this for the review in what for me might be a couple of days, but for you guys it's going to be 2 seconds. It has been a year since I watched Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken. And by a whole year I mean a week and a half? We're so back though. If this is your first time seeing my channel, I just reviewed Wish like a few weeks ago and it did really good, so that's where this is kind of coming from. This is part 2. I'm watching Teenage Kraken. Now, this movie genuinely surprised me. I don't know why everybody's giving it such a bad rap. It's a 4 out of 5 from me. I was shocked at how much I enjoyed this movie, genuinely. Like, spoilers from this moment forward, by the way. If you haven't watched it yet, you don't want spoilers, come back after. The advertisers made this movie look way more cringe than it actually was. Straight up, it wasn't that bad. It was only a tiny bit cringe in some parts because it's written for kids. And the subject matter of the movie is very much a very accurate representation of this generation of teenagers. From what I witness, I work at a theme park. They're everywhere. Some of it's exaggerated to a little bit too cringe. But what does this movie have that shocked me? 1, a believable and enjoyable protagonist. Ruby's really cute. She's a fun character. She has a believable struggle. At the beginning of the movie, her only concern is fitting in with her friends, wanting to be a normal teenager, but she can't ever actually achieve that goal because she's literally a kraken amongst humans. And her biggest goal at the moment, the start of the film, is asking her crush out to prom. And they're cute, they're believable, like right away from how it's established, even though there is a little bit of insanely fast info dumping in the first 5 minutes of the movie that even my ADHD couldn't handle. I had to go back and rewatch it a little bit. I really believed that she had a crush on this boy and that he was jiving with it too, and they're both nerds and it's very cute, but she doesn't want to be a nerd because she's trying to fit in. It was very cliche, believable stuff, and I love it. 2, the friend group was really effective. Ruby's friends are the plot device that get her to defy her mother. Her mom's #1 rule is don't go in the ocean. That's why she can't go to prom, because prom on a boat. Her friends are like, forget that. Ask your crush to prom. Don't tell your mom you're gonna go to prom. Duh. Right? And so when she's asking her crush to prom, there's an accident and they wind up in the ocean. And they're not overused, which was great. Like, the movie was very much about Ruby and her struggles, not Ruby and her friends trying to help her through the struggles, right? The friends come in right where they need to come in, and I liked that a lot. Especially because the friend group can get a little cringe. So too much of them would have ruined the movie. 3. The animation is actually so freaking good in this movie. There's so much squash and stretch and like fun scenes to look at, and it's very rubber hosey. But we're talking not even just that. This movie was cinematic, okay? There's complex camera moves, visual metaphors. There's so much. There is so much. It was great. It was a lot more fun to watch, honestly, than Wish was. 4. The cliches sold this film, okay? I love cliches. Some people don't like cliches, so if you are not a cliche type of person, you might not like this movie as much as I did. But there is a hidden from the royal family arc. There is a victory gown at the end. There's like the crushes for the prom. They want to ask each other to prom. Yeah, that's point 4. That is literally my note on point 4. Hidden from royal family and victory gown, OMG. 5. The mermaid. Okay, so the mermaid was the talk of the freaking town when this trailer dropped. And I think that that's ironic because in the movie, she's the talk of the freaking town when she shows up. I thought she was gonna be a lot more annoying than she wound up being. She is kind of the most annoying character in the movie though, but I think it could have been worse. And the only reason I think it could have been worse is because they convince you that her being annoying and the way that she is who she is. That's who she needs to be for the story to unfold. So that was the saving grace. They found a way to pull off a cringe movie and it makes sense. So if you don't know how to make it make sense, you won't like it. But if you realize that it makes sense for the film that you're watching, it's not bad. Anyway, my actual notes. I thought the mermaid was gonna be predictable, right? I thought I already knew who she was gonna be, but her plot twist was pretty good. And there was visual foreshadowing when I went back and skimmed through the film one more time. There's a scene where they actually show Nerissa, who is the mermaid queen, turning into the character we know as Chelsea. Like, they really did put a lot of thought and planning into this plot, into this movie. Here's what knocked it down from a 5 out of 5 to a 4 out of 5 for me. Chelsea / Nerissa was annoying. They didn't have to make her that cringe. Also having to do with Nerissa, point 2. The pop music vibes should have stopped when Chelsea revealed herself as Nerissa. That gave me a really big like whiplash. The music that they use in the final battle and stuff with the shift in the character does not do it for me. It felt weird. It sounded weird. It made the scene. It kind of took me out of the intense moment that's happening when that happens. Point 3. I really thought that there was going to be a triangle between Chelsea, Ruby, and Connor, the crush that Ruby has, and there wasn't. So, kind of sad. And like the cringy dialogue that we do have in there, it's very, very little things that bonked it down to a 4 out of 5 for me. Other than that, I would say it's worth a watch. If you haven't seen it yet and you've only heard bad things, because that was kind of my situation. I only heard that it's cringe or yada yada yada. It's worth a watch, I would say. And there you have it. Solid 4 out of 5. Fun movie. I actually would watch it again. Unlike Wish. But again, this is not about Wish. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you want a specific movie for me to watch and do something like this, please let me know. I'm taking requests, like I really am. I don't know what else to watch at this point. And so it's up to y'all if you want me to do more. Tell me a movie in the comments or something. And see y'all in the next video. Remember that you are loved and you can draw a stick figure. Thank you for watching.